Restoration is brought to you by
Hisense, everyday prices for everyday people.
Yeah, it's extra long sanitary pad for extra comfort.
We got gas protection.
Welcome to Restoration with Stacy. Always a pleasure to come your way. It's time for us to learn, to be inspired, and to get ready to move to our next level. We are brought to you by Kind Courtesy, Yas Washing Powder and Yas Sanitary Pad, Hooch Corn and Choco Flakes, Hisense, everyday prices for everyday people. GTP, we say a very big thank you to Adonko Original Hand Sanitizer and Adonko Next Level. We say a big thank you to you. Thank you also going out to La Palm Royal Beach Hotel, Jim Ray Estate. Oh, what would we do without you? Because you keep giving us that willpower to go out there to acquire lands and become landlords and landladies. So we're saying a very big thank you to you, Jim Ray. And of course, to our latest saviors in town, multi-credit savings and loans. I've been telling you that this is the time for you to be really independent. COVID has really hit the world very hard and most businesses have been affected, but multi-credit is giving you the opportunity to revamp your business. And all you have to do is be in a group of 5, 7, or 9. Go to any multi-credit savings and loan office. They would have a little talk with you. It's nothing too complicated. Once you qualify for the loan, they will make sure you get that loan within a matter of days to revamp your business. But please remember, there are terms and conditions. And when you are given that loan, make sure you work with it. Work hard with it so that you'll be able to pay it back for them to also help another person with their business. So call them now. You have their numbers on our screen and they will definitely set the tone for you and your group to acquire that loan that will help your business. Thank you to my Glam squad affiliate of ABS Collection or Doko Highway. Abna, thank you very much. Yemi from Style by Yemi. Thank you for styling my hair. And this hair I'm wearing is coming to you from Chocolate Hair. Yes, thank you very much, Chocolate Hair in the United Kingdom. I really love my extension. God really bless you for this hair. And of course, JH Beauty Artistry for the makeup of my guest, and Divine Cassie for my makeup. And I think it's an open secret that I'm a foodie. I love my food. So I have to say a very big thank you to Zasuza Catering. Soraya, thank you very much for always making sure we are fed nicely and beautifully here. And your apapransa is top notch. The whole Ghana, I don't think anybody, or let me say the whole world, nobody makes apapransa like Zasuza. So thank you very much, Zasuza. My guys are fighting over the apapransa. We love you so much. God bless you.
18th May, Ekovim 8th June 2021.
And your Hisense Bridge promo. Yeah, Tete Swama Musa. What is the Hisense Bridge, dear? Entry power, F4, and a check. Hisense Bridge, entry power, Emo Kabia. Yes, I saw 5 years warranty.
The fridge have you.
Hey, Hisense Bridge.
Have you? 3GB.
18th May, Ekovim 8th June 2021.
And your Hisense Bridge promo. Yeah, Tete Swama Musa. Kona kwa Jodie. Hisense. Everyday prices for everyday people.
Mata Ankuma. Hey,
oh, Chaisa.
No, two man so Jamaica GTP.
I know.
Ah, Joe. Hey, what the move? No beauty is so faded.
Me that's say. So when him say GTP there, and no one am this sporting. Now your design is also there. And you endless. I mean, in Chemuda.
In Chemuda.
Clemento.
Yes.
You know I really like you.
Okay.
But that's your fabric. It doesn't look genuine.
Hey, design, GTP design.
GTP put the printed colors be sale. Share. When buying GTP, always check the design number on the label. The same number is printed on the selvage.
Oh, they work out, we are genuine. Yeah, we do a trouble with what? Jack, shine your eye.
GTP is available in various shops, open market and online at www.buygtp.com.
GTP, timeless.
I remember the days I just couldn't go to the gym because it was that time of the month. Yas extra long sanitary pad took the worry away easy.
Yes, comfort, I got. Yes, confidence, I got. Yes.
The new Yas extra long sanitary pad is the joy of every woman. It is extra absorbent and fits perfect. Don't allow anything to hold you back when it's that time.
Wow.
Yes, yes, yes.
Feel confident, stay fresh.
Hi, is it supposed to be that time of the month?
Yes. I got. Yes, confidence, I got.
Yes.
We got yes protection, I got.
Yas extra long sanitary pad for extra comfort.
We got yes protection.
Hello, your friend Jackie. So we will be a winning on who are the jet to semia and pimpino. You to me 5 gems if in Kitadia, you need your brucia, your fans, any and down for any. Nanso, who bet to me about home by use Adonko hand sanitizer, debia, any bribia. Every say you to me 5 gems if in Yama Yasa is so. Adonko hand sanitizer, bet to me about home by debia, free gems, bacteria, you need in home. Adonko hand sanitizer, sure or do. Never home by
FD Ashwisha said Jadian Kratoimu Ajia Tum say. Underarms. You don't usually think about them. You protect them from sweat and odor, but that's not enough. What they need is something that takes care of them, so they feel good whatever you put them through. Introducing Dove Antiperspirant. It goes beyond 48-hour protection, giving you long-lasting dryness and soft, smooth underarms. Dove Antiperspirant cares for your underarm skin like never before.
To help fight the spread of germs, learn Lifebuoy's hand washing habits. Wash hands with soap or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Together, let's help fight the spread of germs in Africa.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Nido Fortigrow contains essential nutrients to help your child be body and mind ready for school.
I know he's ready because the love I give him grows with him.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Sometime back in the 90s, Ghana had a wave of gospel music like no other generation. And I still believe that generation of gospel music was so refreshing, was so spirit-filled and fun at the same time. One of the people who made sure this wave met standards that went beyond Ghana is a wonderful woman who you wouldn't have a choice but to fall in love with her just because of the way she smiles. My guest today is Helena Rhabbles. Hello. It's been ages.
I know.
And you still look so beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
And that smile, your smile is so infectious. It's like you own it.
Thank you.
And it just brightens up people's days. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you too.
So where have you been? Why have we missed you like this?
I know. Let me take this opportunity to say thank you and your crew for inviting me.
Oh, it's our pleasure.
And thank your listeners, those who are listening to you, who are watching. May the Lord bless you all. And I believe God kept me somewhere, but Ghana has been praying for me. If I look at the way I've been received since I came back, it blows my mind. I just want to say thank you, God, and thank you all for having me. So thank you. I've been away for a while. I think I was trying to calculate it, and it's about 20 years.
Wow.
But I was coming
And
back
going,
and forth, but I
on
didn't
the
do
quiet.
anything. Yes, on the quiet. You know, whenever your kids are not with you, it's a different story. But the moment they come to you, things change. So that's what happened. The moment I came for the kids, my life, you know, went into a quiet mood. It's been okay.
Wow. Where have you been?
I went to the US for a while. I first went to Canada, I think 1999. I had an invitation to Canada to receive an award. A Nancy Chrome Award is Canadian Ghanaian Award, yeah. So I went with Mami Dokondems, you know. So after, when I went, I met somebody we did some good to, was all in Ghana. I had even forgotten about them. So the son of the family decided to file for me to do some work in Canada. So I was given 1 year after the 99, I think we came back the end of December. So we entered the millennium, right? So I was here when I was called, I think around February. No, right in December, yeah. Because I was in Canada when it happened, when they said a stone was coming.
We're all waiting for that stone, right?
Yes, so I was there for a year. So I recorded an album. I did work in the studio for, and then I launched it and then brought it to Ghana and went back.
Wow.
Yeah, so since 2000, was it 2000?
Yeah, 2000.
Yes. Yeah, so 2000, let's say 1 year, I used 1 year in Canada, did some few work with a Church of Pentecost all along, and then came to Ghana and then went to the US. So since 2001, that was when I settled in February. I settled in the US, yeah.
Let's get to the beginning of your career. For us who were not living with you, we woke up one morning and there was this energetic woman with this powerful voice singing, and we did not have a choice but to sing along. When did music start for you?
Okay, when we really talk of music, maybe when we were kids. But we recorded in 94. That was our first album. Yeah, and then, you know, successively we did 95. First album was Your Woman, which won the best gospel album that year.
Can you sing a bit of that song for us?
Okay. Obey Helena Rhabbles, the so. No baby, but you know yeah, Your Woman, be war in emotion, fair, na debi, ye be Jesus.
And the voice hasn't changed. Wow. And you know, people had their own versions.
Yes.
People had their own versions.
That is true.
Yes. Some said Emu Shira Fefe, but it's Emu Shirain Fefe. Was it a prophetic song that came to you?
Oh, yes. I was with the Fountain of Life Church before, you know, I traveled, before I joined Word Miracle, that time now Perez. Yeah, and I think 93, we had a guest from Nigeria, Reverend Aka, I remember his name very well. And then he was raising a fund in the church, and whilst he was raising the fund, I was sitting there. By then, Mr. Rhabbles, my husband, had traveled to the United Kingdom to do his master's degree. And so he raised the fund, and as I sat down, I heard in my spirit, give me your $100. So I look around and I just sat down, held my...
You're like, no way.
And I used one leg. I said, I rebuke you, Satan, in Jesus' name. This cannot happen.
It's not Jesus.
No. He's not a bad one. My husband is going to London, and this $100 is for raining day. As a teacher, no, it's not going to happen. Then the man said, there's somebody here who is bargaining with the Holy Ghost. I sat properly and
they're like,
have you ever held your butt together?
Yes. Like, Helena, this is not you.
I was not ready to do that. Then I said, okay, 50-50. I think that to say. Then the man said, the person is still struggling. This time is 50. I said, did the Holy Ghost bring this man here? Is this a fake minister? Then I said 90 and 10. He said this. So finally I said, I will be obedient. And the moment I said I'll be obedient, I felt that release and tears were running down. And so the lady sitting by me, they tapped and said, are you all right? I said, yes, I'm fine. Then he said, now build a memorial unto the Lord. So that was when I wrote, I want to sing, because I've been singing since I was a kid. So I said, I want to release an album. That was the first thing I wrote. And then I wrote again, Lord, open my sister's eyes. My little sister, who was our 8, we are 8 in number, she had lost her sight. And she was in secondary school, Form 3 in Fiji Secondary School in Takrady. So when I wrote that, I'm like, God, I know. So I wrote, I owe you. So after I put in the paper.
The $100 you were struggling to give, you gave it with terms and conditions.
I tell you. Because when I gave, I didn't even know what I wanted from the Lord. But when he said build a memorial, I sat down for a while and I said, what do I want from God? Then I remembered my little sister had gone blind and then I needed to release an album. So that is what I said, and I wrote that and I put it in the offering. I remember very well, Pastor Normanyo calls me and said, what do you want from God? Because I know your husband is gone to London. And as a teacher with 3 children. And I said, I will not tell you. When God does it, the whole world will hear. Then I had a dream. In my dream, that time, Fountain of Life, they had not bought a land. But we're meeting at Kanda Ring Road, one of the classrooms. And we had the plot, that's the, Achimota Forest. That was what we were going to pray, doing deliverance and stuff. So in my dream, I was on my knees praying when somebody came and said, Auntie Helena, it's your turn to sing. And I'm like, me? Sing to this, because they had built a magnificent, and I think that's where they having their 1 month revival that Reverend, what is his name? Lawrence Tete.
Okay, Reverend
yes,
Lawrence
Doctor.
Tete.
Yes. He's having a program there right now. They had not built that place, and I saw that building so huge. So when I was saying that, I heard your woman being sung, and the voice said, go and tell them they have a home, Home, and a hope, Hope. And I'm like, a home and a hope? Then the voices were singing. It was like choirs of angels. Everybody was singing. So I joined in. So we're just singing, not knowing I sang it for a long time in my sleep. So when I woke up, Mr. Rhabbles, and my pillow was wet. Mr. Rhabbles was sitting on the bed and he was like, you were singing a song. And Mr. Rhabbles is one of the worst, when we talk
vocalist.
Oh God, he will have to end the song before you know what he's singing. So when he started singing, I said, hey, that was the song. And he said, well, you have been singing along. And I'm like, I had it in my dream. So the next day when I went to church, it was a Sunday. And when they called me to sing, I told them what I saw about the church. And then I lifted my voice to sing, The Power of God Broke Through. And it became my song. So I sang a woman. Going backwards, I think we started having a program every other month in the hotels, doing music house where we sold tickets to the churches, and they come for. We were saying that the Christians don't have any fun.
Yeah,
it was church, home, and work. So when we started, we had a lot of people coming. We were doing it in the hotels, and it was beautiful. So after 1.5 years, I told them, guys, hey, no more hotel programs. I'm going to release an album because I got money. 2 months later, 2 months later, after the money I gave, my big brother brought me $1,000.
Whoa.
And that was when I took 100 to go and put out, the money I took. Yes. And then I took another 100 and I said, God, I have not seen you done anything. And so this is my tithe over what I want to see. And I paid the tithe, so we're left with 800. And in that rush, we put the songs together. We had one guy called Chidi from Nigeria. He was a liaison between us and Nigeria. So some of our Nigerian repertoires were, paid in dollars. And then, and so that is how we came out with our first album. So Your Woman was the biggest song on that album.
Because it was prophetic.
Yes.
And it still carries that oil till now.
Yes. So wherever I go, I tell the people, I know that one day we shall see Jesus. So whatever you are doing, remember you have a home and a hope. Yes.
Oh, that's beautiful. But most Ghanaians thought you were Nigerian.
Yes. Because of the way I dressed.
And some of your songs, like Say It, I Don't Fall for Ground.
Yes. That was the second album.
Yes, the detonation, the diction, everything was like on point.
I lived in Nigeria for 1 year.
Okay.
So Rhabbles used to be the head of HN or something department in Bauchi State.
Okay.
So Mommy was born, our firstborn was born in Nigeria, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, so after our wedding, with the armed forces, you have to stay for 1 year before you become pregnant. So right after our wedding in 84, he went back to Nigeria. So I stayed for 1 year to work as a teacher with the armed forces. Mm-hmm. So after 1 year, he came for me, and that was, so I stayed in Bauchi for 1 year. And so when it was time to release an album, I told the Lord, I don't want to sing like anybody. I don't want to be like anybody. I want to dress like a Nigerian. That was what inspired the work we did.
How easy was it for you? Because I would say at that time, the gospel fraternity was not as saturated as it was now.
Yes.
It was yourself, Dinah Hobson, Mary Gansa, Tego sisters, daughters, Stella Seal,
Sister Amy Newman.
Yes,
and then some guests. Yaps, Ola Williams.
Yes, Ola Williams. You were a handful.
Yes.
So mostly you would say that if A is the preference, the names scare you.
No. Let me say that I think at 6 years, I'll be put on the table in the church and I'll sing it. I've never been shy, quote and unquote, when I'm on table doing my own thing. I have a world where, like, when I'm dancing or when I'm singing, I'm in a different world. So growing up, we did it with Daddy. Daddy loves to sing. Mommy, it was Mom who taught me. Baby, my Eric was on the first album.
Wow.
Mommy taught me that song. So Makuma is also on the first album. So these were songs that I was singing in church, in Assemblies of God growing up. And I remember we used to stand and sing for a long time. They would take all the offering, those days. So singing was part of our life. So when it was time to release an album, it was like we had done it in church over and over and over. And I remember my brother who follows me, he used to run from school to join us, Samarima, to play, and Mommy would take him to the beach side because he said demons were... It was a no-no for you to do music coming from a family like that. We were singing. So mine took everybody by storm. I never thought when I was in school, training college, I never thought I would do music. It just came. And I think Reverend Chibundu was a spiritual dad to me. He prophesied over me and said, the world will hear your voice. And I remember when we closed, I went and said, Daddy, did you see all right?
I'm sure all our viewers are like glued. They really want to know. And we will give you the opportunity to know more after this commercial break.
18th May, Ekovim 8th June 2021.
And your Hisense Fridge promo. Yeah, 10 swama, sir. What him say Hisense Fridge, dear? Efe. entry power, F4, and a check. Hisense fridge, entry power, and more kabia. Yes, I saw 5 years warranty.
My fridge have you.
Hey, Hisense fridge.
Have you? 3GB. 3GB.
18th May. I call him 8th June 2021.
Hey, Hisense fridge promo. Yeah, tete swama muso. Kona kwa jodi. Hisense, everyday prices for everyday people.
Thank you very much for watching, and remember to constantly be on the move in all that you do. Mwah!
It's a wrap. Oh, in here.
Hey, Clemento.
Oh, dear, me feel you to me yandautu.
Hey, me ya #1 fan pa.
Sir, and to manage our Instagram, my JD. Me patch say GTP there.
Pure.
Down is warm. Just say the beers me who be no was the same.
GTP has endless designs. When buying, just make sure that the source is original, genuine, and authentic. Simple. You can buy from any wooden store or any of the GTP accredited dealers nationwide. Or you can do as I do. Go online. Buy from www.buygtp.com.
Jack, sign your eye.
GTP, timeless.
I remember the days I just couldn't go to the gym because it was that time of the month. Yas extra long sanitary pad took the worry away. Easy.
Yes, comfort, I got. Yes, confidence, I got. Yes.
The new Yas extra long sanitary pad is the joy of every woman. It is extra absorbent and fits perfect. Don't allow anything to hold you back when it's that time.
Wow.
Yes, yes, yes.
Feel confident, stay fresh.
Hi. Is it supposed to be that time of the month?
Yes. I got. Yes, confidence, I got.
Yes.
We got yes protection. I got.
Yas extra long sanitary pad for extra comfort.
We got yes protection.
Hello, your friend Jackie. So we will be a winning on who are the advertisements and pimpino. You to me 5 gems if in Kitadia, you need your Brucia, your fans, any and down for any. Nanso, what bet to me about home by using a Donko hand sanitizer, debia, any bribia. Every say you to me 5 gems if in Yama Yasa is so. A Donko hand sanitizer, bet to me about home by debia, free gems, bacteria, you need in home. A Donko hand sanitizer, sure or dog. Never home by
FD Ashwisha said Jadien Kratoimu Ajiatum say.
Underarms. You don't usually think about them. You protect them from sweat and odor, but that's not enough. What they need is something that takes care of them, so they feel good whatever you put them through. Introducing Dove Antiperspirant. It goes beyond 48-hour protection, giving you long-lasting dryness and soft, smooth underarms. Dove Antiperspirant cares for your underarm skin like never before.
To help fight the spread of germs, learn Lifebuoy's hand washing habits. Wash hands with soap or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Together, let's help fight the spread of germs in Africa.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Nido Fortigrow contains essential nutrients to help your child be body and mind ready for school.
I know he's ready because the love I give him grows with him.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Hi, so it's another week and we're still in Jolu for our Hisense Super Crazy Giveaway moment. And my next winner is Nicholas. Nicholas, how are you doing?
Fine, madam.
Wow. So tell me, which episode is your favorite? Kwame Eugene.
Yes.
Okay, so now Jolu, 2 for Kwame Eugene. Well, so what do you like about the show? Tell us.
Everything about it.
Oh my God, that's flattery. Should I fall down?
No.
Should my head explode?
No. Not at all.
So you like everything.
Everything.
But what does the show teach you?
A lot. to be obedient and everything in life.
I can see you're a man of very few words. You just want and you're gone. So we're here today with a present from Hisense for you.
Okay.
So Prissy. So from Hisense, this is for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you too.
So what do you have to tell Hisense?
Thank you, Hisense, and thank you for the gift. And you're going to keep on watching the show and advertise your products and everything. Thank you.
Thank you to Nicola. So this is our winner for this week's Hisense for Crazy Giveaway moment. We still enjoy Olu. You never know. Next week, I might be in your house. Welcome back from our commercial break. And as always, you saw our winner for this week's Hisense Super Crazy Giveaway moment. And if you want us to visit you, you know what to do. Get in touch with us via our phone, that is 020-511-7382, or you can link up with us on our social media platforms, and we'll definitely come to your neighborhood. So we're back in the studio with Helena Rhabbles. Whoa, that was something. I mean, when in now suddenly you're all over the place, playing all the shows at every important ceremony of the country. How humbling was it for you?
A lot, especially when the president of the nation recognizes you, you are invited to their programs. You know, President Rawlings, late, may his soul rest in peace. I think that man really promoted the entertainment world at that time. He loved musicians, and we were on his platform. We would sing before he comes to talk. It was a humbling, and the first lady, you know, unless
Mrs. Rawlings?
Yes, Mrs. Rawlings. She will visit programs that you attend. I remember we were in Kumasi and Aglo convention. Somebody said, "Do you know Mommy is coming to this program?" I said, "Mommy, who?" We had a lot of mothers. So he said, "Mrs. Rawlings." I'm like, "Mama Kunedu, here. Did you people invite us?" "No, she said you are coming." So she's also coming in. I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm in trouble because I know her favorite song was Sheo, Sheo. That was her favorite. So no matter how you sing, how much you have to sing that song.
That song for her.
But she will come and dance with you. And then the president loved Satan, don't fall for God. Yes. So these, I mean, it was exciting, humbling, a joy to stand on stage. It was nothing like it made you say, we want others. No.
It was passion.
It was so much passion. And when it comes to the churches, we did a lot of work with the churches, especially Church of Pentecost. And the churches were just coming up, you know. I remember some Kwanchanka devs, they were just, all of them were just starting. Yeah. And it was exciting. I mean, when I joined Word Miracle, it was 95, going 90. So they had just started at Circle Branch, and everything was so beautiful. That's what I would say. You love to be on stage and to sing unto the Lord, and when you finish, you help them to. We make altar calls.
Yes, you do your altar calls. Yes. You raise funds for the church, and you just want the man of God to just pray and speak into your life.
That's all you wanted.
And that was it.
And never, if any time they give you an envelope, you give it back to them. And sometimes by the time they are done, you are gone. There was nothing, you know. So things have really changed. Yeah, but I believe internet has caused the world to be in another shape.
And I also believe now it has become extremely expensive for musicians to promote their work. Now they are not getting anything on a silver platter. Before, TV stations would play your videos, but now TV stations are charging money.
When we were there, it was just one station.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a lot. Before TV3, Metro TV came. So when I was leaving, these were the other two stations that I joined.
Yeah.
You know, and like you just said, there was nothing like, they rather came after you.
They would promote you.
Yes, they came, we want to interview you. So there was nothing like you have to present your works. So they did a lot of things to help. And I personally, because my work was financed by myself, I didn't have a lot of like, hey, Beji say, Kwamna Bills was our manager. We had a band. The team did things with him. So a lot of things I didn't know. All I know was they would bring me a list of
places
where
you had to go to.
Yeah, so we will fast and pray. And then, hey, we are on the road. So there were a lot of things that I really didn't see, whether you bargained with the people. Some will call you and say, hey, manager no say I'm like, okay, just finish sorting. I said, so I'll talk with them. I said, Kwamna, please, we want to go and help them. It's that kind of thing. Yeah, in those days, we didn't even want cameras to follow us.
Yeah.
I remember I used to do periodical programs where they would sue children's home. But I don't remember saying that, no. We did all those things because we loved what God had called us to do. But these days, you have to pay everybody that follows you. So
it's a job for people.
That's right. Yeah.
Let's move from the music a little bit. I want to get a little personal.
Okay.
In the peak of your career, when everybody knew, this is an anointed woman of God. She's got everything going. Suddenly, Ghanaians just heard of the news of your divorce from your husband. I wouldn't want to say what happened because it wouldn't be fair to ask what happened. But I can ask, how did you receive the news? Where were you and how did you take it?
Mr. Rhabbles, like I said, had gone to United Kingdom to study. He came on a Tuesday, I remember so well, in 95. Well, I was in the studio, I remember so well because I was in the studio recording Satan Don't Fall for Ground. Came on Tuesday, and then he said, we are going to Assemblies of God General Council meeting. And it was there I was told I was being divorced.
At the council meeting? So you thought you were escorting your husband?
Yes,
to a meeting?
He said we had a meeting with the board, and I was like, so it was there I was told I was being divorced. So
you left the house with him?
Yes, I did.
In the same car?
Yes. You see, when Mr. Rhabbles came, we were the ones me and the kids, went to pick him from the airport, the 3 kids. Deborah, who was the last baby, was 2 years going. No, she had turned 3. That when he was leaving, she was 2 years because he spent a year and some months. So we went for him from the airport to the house.
And everything was okay?
You could tell, his because when he left, the communication, well, let's say that there wasn't telephones, mobile phones, so you will have to hear from him from somewhere else, and his communication wasn't the best. And I remember I wrote a letter and I said, I believe that in abroad it's said that people's relationship, families are more intimate than what we have in Africa. So I believe by the time he comes, we'll have a wonderful
family.
Then he just replied and said, that will be taken care of when I come back. But to be honest, there were a lot of things that I perceived when he was not here, and we're praying because when he was leaving, there were a few things that were going on. From the family side, things were going on in the marriage. So it wasn't all that rosy. But because I was a praying woman and I'm still a praying woman. So I love to pray about things, and so much had gone on before he left. And so coming back, I thought, hey, we're going to have a beautiful time. His birthday was in September. We had prepared so much for him because he came in October. And the very time he arrived, he threw everything back at us because when he came, he wasn't in Ghana when we became Helena everywhere. He was not here. So he had it in abroad, and when he came, I gave everything to him. I said, I want you to be my manager. I want you to do this. This is our books. This is what we do. He looked at me and said, I don't want to be part of this.
Oh, no.
I remember I made Bonre Kente. Somebody really did Bonre Kente. I remember it was a dummy one, the ash and the black, and the joy. The kids have done things. so excited that his birthday, he's the 21st September born, and he just threw it at me like that. And it hurt so badly, but I kept my cool because I've seen some of these things with him. So I'd always, to be honest, in my 12 years stay with him, I was like, friends used to tease me that because I stayed with the Northness, I know how to bow down. And I've said, the Rhabbles will tell today, if you want to tell the truth, he has not met any woman like me. Yes, I'm proud to say that because I served him with every fiber in me. Mom was the type who would tell you, some men love their children, so just do whatever you can. And, our mothers have their own, so just do whatever you can as a woman to make the house. When my mother-in-law gets home, hey, she's the queen of the home, I do everything. So I served, but it was all turned, so when he came and that happened was a big blow. And then also working with men in the studio. We were in the studio when that happened, so it was difficult. And I remember on the Thursday when we came home, I think I'd lost it. Because on Friday or Saturday morning, I walked out of my home. I was wearing a skirt and a top. I remember the skirt and top I was wearing. I think, excuse me to say, I don't think I was wearing an underwear. I got up, I just walked from my home from Sakumuno, right? We were among the first 20 people who went to stay in Sakuno, the estate buildings. So I walked from my home to Reggie-Manuel.
Hey, that's far.
Yes, and I remember we were Aglo ladies, and I had a team of 5 women, with myself inclusive, we're 5. We call ourselves our cell. I was their president in that small group, and we prayed like nobody's business. We prayed about our children, our husband, Sakumono. Sakumono was new, so we're praying about how the whole place should be like.
And the cell leader was going through that challenge.
And when women had problems, it was like on our laps. We went into their homes. So men in the community respected and loved us. We were doing well. The village, Sakuno village, we built a glow in there. Everybody knew us, and the way we prayed it, we made noise and that kind of thing. So I walked to Reggie-Manuel. I don't even know how I got there. All I know was while I was going, I was talking. And so the Holy Ghost woke Isata Mercy. She was part of our cell group. So she said she was standing in the window when she saw me walking, and then I was just like,
mumbling to
and
yourself.
I knew what I was saying. I was like, remember this, why you was and then one day they said, come on. I was talking. So I think I was just losing it.
You're losing it.
But I walked to that house, and when I got to Veronica's house, I remember there was a bell. I just
kept your thumb on the bell.
I didn't take my thumb off. I just pressed the bell, and it was ringing. I could hear that, and they said, "Mary boy, you wanna?" And I was just standing there, and I was just pressing. So when she opened the door, I just fell on her floor. And I started crying. That's how they come. I wasn't. And then she heard another bell. I said, the one. They say, hey, so Isata enters, and the two of them, they started quoting the scripture. This one quotes this. Hey, you will not die. You will live and declare the glory of God. Hey, and Isata started telling a story that the Holy Ghost told her. That Charles says that they call my husband Jojo Rhabbles. That's how they all call him. So the Jojo Rhabbles haba and then some with you. We can laugh about it today. It was something else. So they talked and talked. It was in that house. I remember I washed my face and I brushed my teeth that morning. I've never said and shared this on any platform. It was something else.
This time, everybody knew Helena Rhabbles.
God protected me. My case was not in the beginning. It was not
out there.
That's one thing. The Kwame Nabi of Sunamani just said he was in his room when something told him, go to mirror. When he got there, late Akiwomi had gone to Mirror to tell what is his name, Baba, that I think that was his name, that Helena has walked out of her home. Meanwhile, I was still there. And, there was a lot of stories that when the women have gotten money, they leave them. No, I was divorced. I was not the one who divorced Rhabbles. And so I lived in that house for 2 years. I was maltreated. My husband's mom came. His dad came. The dad came and lived with us.
Whoa.
And he said, until I leave, he is not leaving. And I was not ready to go. So me, him, all of them, and the man goes to Sakomono, crosses the street, goes to the big side and brings those tiny fishes. They did what they wanted to do. And after 2 years, I had bled for 1 year straight, they didn't know when was the period and that kind of thing. I was very young, very, very young. We are talking of 95. And I was about, I was too young. I was too young. So after 2 years, I finally decided to go. Because I was dying slowly, but I was still singing.
And you would go stand on the stage and act like nothing.
See, my little baby girl, who is our last born, I remember, I think the Holy Ghost used her many times. I'll be sitting down alone and I'll be like this. And then when he comes in, she was just 3 years. She comes in, no. And she'll take my hands off. And then she'll start singing. Tafo, nyami, noni, neye, noni, neye, ma. So it became a song. Every Sunday when I go to church and I'm called to sing, automatically or one way or the other, it just came out. And I sing, oh, yeah. I'll sing that. And it was like everybody knew that would be the first song I'll sing before I sing any song. And God used that and to tell me, so when I left after 2 years, my brother and myself had bought a house for mommy in ownership committee 4. So I went there with the kids. And I remember I just took 3 days to fast and pray. And on the 3rd day, I had an encounter with the Lord. I think that was what changed everything. Because in the 2 years, I think I went through that struggling of being Helena and pleasing my husband and taking care of my kids. But when I had that encounter, because over there, I put a chair down. I said, God, the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost, sit down. And then I started, bombarding the Lord. Said,
speaking to God.
So what did I do? I've served all these years. I had been a good girl. I was saying everything I thought I could say. And then suddenly I heard my name, Helena. So I was, Helena. So the 10 was like, yes, Lord. I knew it was the Lord. And then he said, do you know that it is a privilege to be called, to stand before the King of Kings and to minister? I'm like, again. So the 3rd time, I said, yes, Lord. That was all I said. And then I see somebody lifted me up and dropped me on the floor. Nothing got broken, but all I know was I had been, left hard on the floor. And so I thought my mom and everyone in the house heard it. Nobody heard anything. So I got up from the floor, sat on that chair. I sat down properly. I'm like, okay, my name has been mentioned. This God knows my name. It is a privilege to be called to stand before the King of Kings and to minister. I am privileged. No voice training, no music school. Okay. So I said to myself, from today, husband or no husband, doesn't matter what I'll see, doesn't matter what will happen to me, I will sing till he calls me home. So these were the words I encouraged myself. And that was how doors started opening. And I remember our first program was at 2nd D. I saw for Assemblies of God pastor. I forgot his name. It was something else. So personally, I'll say that I think until you've gone through something, had an encounter with the Lord, your Christian life had not begun.
Yeah. But if I may ask, have you been able to forgive Mr. Rhabbles?
Oh, when I had that encounter, that was when I forgave him. I forgave Daddy because I think Daddy had an invitation to the US. So that Daddy, the following year, I had, Mommy died 2 years after we'd gone to the house. Mommy passed away. And it was not an easy thing for me. It was so much because she was like a rock. And I remember the Holy Ghost said something, "I've made your mom your rock, but I am the rock. I am your sustainer, I'm your provider." I'm here and I said, "Papa God, I'm sorry." And I remember Sofu Salifu, Sofu Bempa, they were bosom friends. They had become like brothers and everything. Mommy loved them. He took care of those guys, And I remember the Lord had revealed about Mommy's death, but we prayed and asked the Lord, and He kept her for 2 years or so before she passed away. And when Mommy died, something else happened because it really brought an eye-opening because it was another bad blow. And we were preparing to do God Nahelele when Mommy passed away. So we stopped, buried her, did everything before we released God Nahelele.
Each project had some sort of mystery, pain, sorrow, but you were still able to live above it and do what you were doing to do.
And I loved it because I'd been told it's a privilege. So everywhere I stand to minister to me, I'm like, hey, King Jesus is sitting on the throne watching baby girl Helena and me doing my own thing, whether I'm dancing or it's all about him. So I don't see anybody
It's not about you.
It's not at all. So I believe that when he's excited, then everybody can be blessed. That is my little mind because I went to the Tears of Jesus when I was a kid, and that's how they brought us up. So it's a joy to stand in his presence and to do what I do.
It's been amazing. I've learned a lot. So no matter what you're going through, no matter the situation, God has always got you. He's always there. He never leaves. Sometimes it's that little voice that you keep saying, I think someone called me. Or sometimes say, oh, it's an evil spirit. Sometimes it's not a huge voice. It's a very tender voice calling you softly. You just have to respond and he will talk to you. And I'm very thankful that you shared this. And I was even more humbled when you said you've not shared this anywhere. And I'm sure most women who are going through this situation will pick themselves up and know there is more to life than depending on a mere mortal when you have God. God bless you so much. But before you leave, I have some cards here. Kindly pick one. By kind courtesy, Hisense.
This is green. Favorite color.
Oh, that's your favorite color. So cute. Thank you for coming. You take home an electric ceramic hub, and it's coming from Hisense.
Oh, thank you.
It's been like amazing. We went through all that. So you were singing Satan don't fall for ground.
You were
and you were going through issues. Okay, so this is our ceramic hub from Hisense. Thank you very much for coming. And that is not all. From Lexter Ghana Limited, producers of Yas products. We have this for you.
Wow.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate it. Wow.
So we have, so we can put it right here. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so this is from Hisense, this is from Yas. We're saying a very, very big thank you to you for coming. It's really a privilege.
Thank you.
You're a legend, and I'm really honored to be sitting with you today. God bless you so much. So I want to say a very big thank you to our sponsors, Yas Washing Powder and Yas Sanitary Pad, Hooch Corn and Choco Flakes, to Hisense, to Jim Ray Company Limited, to multi-credit savings and loans, Adonko Original Hand Sanitizer, and Adonko Next Level. Very big thank you to you. To GTP, what will I do without you? Every time you make sure I'm beautifully clothed in your fabric. And I say a very big thank you to you. La Palm Royal Beach Hotel, where we always record, I am eternally grateful. And of course, my Glam team, Ophelia of ABS Collection, thank you for making sure that my GTP fabric is always brought to light. Style by Yemi, Chocolate Hair, Divine Cassie, GH Beauty Artistry, and Zesuza Catering. I really appreciate all of you. So before I leave, I have another surprise for Auntie Helena. And this one is coming from Frame Masters Ghana. Oh, okay, it's you. I just wanted to be sure it was you. Yeah. So this is what Frame Masters is giving you.
Oh, where did you get it such a Wow.
Frame Masters always does the magic.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Whoa.
Yeah. So this is you. It's so you.
It's me.
Yeah. All right. So thank you very much for watching us. It has been amazing. And we know that next week we will come your way with another story that will lift your soul and push you to greater heights. Always do remember, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. We'll see you next week.
Welcome to the end of the tunnel. I see a bright light shining through, and it's just for you.